To be or not to be, that is the question. Is it nobler to face your troubles in life or to end them with suicide?
Every life has its problems, and death marks the end.
But the real problem lies in the unknown. What happens in the afterlife?
Why would people go through so much turmoil when it could all be ended with a knife?
It is because the mystery of the unknown prevents us from taking action.
Thus conscience makes cowards of us all. So why does this all matter? What does Shakespeare mean by to be, and what does he mean by not to be? To be or not to be refers specifically about life and death, although he later broadens the subject to all major decisions. When he says the original line, he is debating life or death.
How does Hamlet create contrast? He creates contrast between the to-be lines and the not-to-be lines by making close comparisons between the struggles of life and the fears of death.
How does this speech reflect what we saw from Hamlet the first time we met him in Act 1? In Act 1, Hamlet seems somber and depressed, but this establishes his true feelings of anxiety and stress.
What does this speech reflect about Hamlet's character other than the fact that he is depressed and suicidal? How does this relate to his tragic flaw? This speech shows Hamlet's indecisiveness and reveals his conflicted thoughts of mortality. If you think of other parts of the play, like his inability to kill Claudius, one can infer that his tragic flaw is his indecision.
What motifs, themes, and big ideas are introduced and developed, and what is their significance? This soliloquy relates to the big idea of mortality because he's questioning his life and considering death. It relates to the theme of free will and fate determining destiny because he's using free will to kill himself, but fate is holding him back. This passage is an example of a soliloquy because he's talking to himself. Hamlet uses many literary devices in this excerpt. For example, in line 65, he says, "To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub." In this line, death is being referred to as sleep, and the afterlife is being referred to as a dream. He also uses wordplay in lines 59 to 60. For example, in line 65, he says, "To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub." In this line, death is being referred to as sleep, and the afterlife is being referred to as a dream. He also uses wordplay in lines 59 to 60 when he says, "To take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them." This is wordplay because taking arms could mean facing troubles in real life, or literally taking arms against himself and killing himself.
Another great part about this passage is that it relates to modern life and modern decisions. Here are some examples.
This donut looks good. Should I eat it?